Should a writer start with character or plot?
You know, I sometimes say that there are two kinds of writers, the ones that start with character, the one that start with plot. I think both are valid ways. I think, however, if someone starts with character, I wouldn't tell them that they're wrong and that they shouldn't. I think if you start with plot, it's a little easier to break story and to work with story. So like the example I was saying with Groundhog Day, you know, if you start with the premise is far more interesting than the character. What if somebody woke up and it was the same day a second time? That's a great premise, right? I want to start with that, then ask myself, well, who would be the most interesting character to put in that? What if it was somebody who was naive? That probably wouldn't work. What if it was somebody who was a jerk? Now, and that helps me build the plot and the character, right? So for me, it works much more naturally, and it's much more easy to work with story to start that way. That said, I know a lot of people who start with character. They love to explore character. That's, you know, and for a variety of reasons. Sometimes they came from an acting background, and that's part of acting training sometimes. They'd like to get inside a character's head. Maybe they're doing a biographical figure, and then you kind of have to, in a way. You are starting with the character, but you then need to decide what plot moments do I want to use to help show this character's change, and what plot moments am I going to leave out. But then you kind of necessarily are starting with character. But generally speaking, if I had to pick the two, I would say plot is the most easy to manipulate and to build story around, and to make sure you're creating a satisfying story. Start with that great premise, what if this happened? And then ask yourself, okay, now who would be the most interesting character to put into that dilemma?